Good morning, loves. So, I wanted to do my productive morning routine for 2020. So, starting your morning off really early is awesome because it gives you an entire day to get done everything you need to get done, and then it also gives you time to rest and relax. Another important thing to do is to not check your phone right when you wake up. I know so many of us are guilty of it, including myself, and I end up wasting so much time just scrolling through Instagram or Twitter, and I could have been using that time to better myself. So for the new year, I am not using the phone in the morning, and the past couple days, it's been awesome. So the first thing I like to do is make the bed. My husband was already up, so that's why he's not in this clip, and then I head off to the bathroom. I found that waking up and then immediately getting out of bed, taking a shower, it just helps to wake me up and makes me feel so much better in the morning, and I feel like I have more energy. So I've been loving doing that. So now I'm just going to wash my face. In the morning, I don't use any soap on my skin because it's really not necessary to use soap in the morning and night. So I just rinse off my face with some water, and then I use this Paula's Choice, I think it's called triple algae pollution serum, something like that. It basically protects your skin from pollution and all of the other bad things that are in the air. So I love to put that on. And then I go in with some Paula's Choice SPF moisturizer. It's so important to wear an SPF every day. If you guys don't have that habit yet, definitely for the new year, go and put some SPF on your skin. It will help your skin in the long run to protect it. Even if it's not the summertime, it's still really good for your skin. Once I'm done with my skincare and brushing my teeth, I head off into the kitchen. Our house is so sunny. It seriously makes me smile every day that I see the sun. I'm one of those people that feeds off of the sun. So if it's sunny out, I'm most likely really happy and energetic. So I just love to be in the sun as much as possible, especially during these cold months. So I just fed Wilbur his breakfast, and now we can move on to the kitchen. So for breakfast, I like to start off with a smoothie. I've actually been loving these daily harvest smoothies. One of my friends had been always posting about these, and I decided to try them. They are so delicious, and it's so easy because all you have to do is add in almond milk or whatever type of juice you want. And I also like to add in maca powder. Maca powder is super beneficial. I'll list some of the benefits on the screen. So I just add in almond milk, and then I just blend it up all together, and you just pour it right back into the cup that it came in. So it's super convenient and helpful. I have a coupon code. It's Emmeline for $25 off your first box. So if you guys are interested in that, then definitely go check it out. It's awesome for the new year. You can also place the lid that comes with these back on top because they have a little slot for the straw, but I just forgot to put mine back on. But the smoothie is super delicious. So now we're heading off into the family room to do my devotional. So a while back, maybe like 2 years ago or so, I had talked about the devotional called Jesus Calling, and I had mentioned that it seriously changed my life. Like that was probably my best year. And well, actually this past year was a really good year, but it was probably one of my best like spiritual years. So I decided for 2020 to start reading this again every day, and I swear this thing, it just always speaks to me and knows what I'm going through, and the devotionals for every day are just perfect for what I'm going through. So I just like to sip my smoothie and read this with little Wilbur on my lap. Starting the morning off with some positivity like that really helps to boost my mood. The next thing that really helps to boost my mood is exercising. And I do have a gym membership, so normally I would go to the gym, but I just wanted to show you guys something easy you could do at home, or if I'm having like a day where I just don't really feel that great, this is what I'll do. So I just threw on some gym clothes. I'm trying to roll out my yoga mat, but Wilbur is just really obsessed with it, so he kept getting in the way of it. He was just the funniest thing. Every time I put this yoga mat out, he tries to do this. Like, he literally just wants to play on it and bite it, and he just acts like a puppy. He's just the cutest thing ever. But I'm going to show you guys what I normally do. So normally I will put on a podcast. You guys know I love Transformation Church. And then I just do these stretches. I think this is called sun salutation. I've been doing this for years, and I basically just do it until I'm tired. You guys can look it up on like Pinterest or on YouTube, and it's just like these stretches that you keep doing over and over. But if you hold each stretch for a really long time, it's actually a really good workout. So now I'm just stretching out the rest of my body, and I feel like it just makes me feel a lot more awake and energetic. After that, I like to head into the kitchen and make some breakfast. One of my favorite things to make for breakfast is spinach and mushrooms and avocado toast. I don't know why, but I just love it. I'm not really like much of a sweet person for breakfast. I don't like to eat sweet things. I usually like really savory things. It just makes me feel better throughout the day for whatever reason. So I'm just throwing in some multigrain toast into the toaster, and then I'm just gonna put some avocado on there, and it tastes so delicious. I usually just put the mushrooms and spinach on the side. I don't put it on top of my toast because I like to eat it separately. But you can of course put it on top of your toast if you want. So since I'm done with my smoothie, I'm drinking water. You guys know water is so important for you. And if you guys don't drink enough water, make 2020 your year to drink enough water, because you will feel so much better. So again, like I said, I love the sun. So I try to just find any sun rays in the house and sit in them. So luckily today our sun rays were at the table. So I just got to sit there and enjoy the sunshine. So while I was eating, I was just also finishing up my podcast and writing down some things that really inspired me. And I have a really inspiring message for you guys at the end of the video, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Next, I head off into the office, and on the floor, you guys can probably see there's like a blanket covering a bunch of stuff. I'm actually redoing our living room, and I'm surprising Connor with it. So I'm trying to keep everything hidden. So I've been having the office closed. That will be on my second channel. But anyway, I am now going into my planner and writing down everything that I need to do for the day. And this is so satisfying to see everything written out. And then when I'm done with each task, I get to cross it off. And it just really helps to keep me organized and on track for the entire day. So now I'm headed off to my closet to pick out an outfit. And for me, working from home, a lot of the times it's easy to want to just stay in comfy clothes. But I found recently, the past 2 months, I've actually been putting on real clothes and doing my makeup, and I just feel so much better throughout the day. Obviously, if you guys have to leave the house for work, you will get dressed. But if you are staying home, or even if it's just a weekend, sometimes just putting on real clothes and makeup makes you feel so much better. The whole makeup thing is new for me. I usually would only wear makeup if I was like going out or on a date or hanging out with friends, but recently I decided to just try applying it every day, and for some reason I just feel so much more productive with makeup. I don't know what it is, but that's how I've been feeling. I hope you guys enjoyed this morning routine. I hope it was helpful and inspiring to you guys. If you guys are new to my channel, then you guys wouldn't know, but at the end of my videos, I always do a devotional or just like an inspiring message just to get you guys inspired and feeling good. So I'm really excited about what I'm gonna talk about today. I also just wanted to mention the reason why I decided to do this morning routine was because I feel like a lot of the time we have this goal in our minds of, or like we watch these YouTube videos that have morning routines, and I'm guilty of it too. I watch someone, I'm like, wow, it just looks so inspiring, and I wish I could wake up early and read like a devotional or listen to a podcast and exercise and do all these things, but I can't. And I realized, like, why am I saying I can't do it? Because anyone's capable of doing it. We just have to put in the extra time to wake up early and force ourselves to do these things. And at the end of the day, I know for me, the days that I do a routine and oh my gosh, my back. Oh, I have really bad arthritis in my back, and this time of year is when it starts to kick in, and it is like so painful. Sometimes if I just make like a sudden move, it just feels like my back is breaking. So that's what just happened. Anyway, that's beside the point. Back to what I was saying is we just have to push ourselves to meet our goals. I really want you guys and myself to just follow all of our goals this year and accomplish them and be really just persistent, which is my word for 2020. I feel like my past words were things like grow, bloom, and I just wanted to like grow into myself and the person who I am and all that stuff. But I feel like this year I really just want to push myself to be persistent, to stick to goals, to stick to routines, and to grow my business, Connor's business, and all those things. And anytime I just feel like I don't want to do something, I have to remind myself, like, be persistent and do it, because the end goal is so much greater than like sitting on the sofa and not doing anything or sleeping in a few extra minutes. So that is that. But anyway, let me get into my little devotional for the video. So I'm gonna read off of the church notes that I took from this Sunday's sermon. So this sermon was called 2020, the Decade of Destiny. And I think this year is even more inspiring than the average new year, because we're not just going into a new year, but we're going into a whole new decade. And the thoughts and just imagination and possibilities, I feel like everything is just so endless because it's this whole new decade, and I just feel even more inspired going into like a new decade than going just into a new year. So I'm really excited. So let me just start reading this. So the first thing that I wrote down, and I recommend that you guys like get a notepad out and just write some of this stuff down, because seeing it written out is really helpful. So the first thing I wrote down is 1 Corinthians 2:9, which says, and I don't know if this is word for word or if I just summarize this, but it says, no one can even imagine what God has prepared for those who love him. Then I wrote down, with God, the best is always yet to come. God will bring unimaginable opportunities to me. And I get stuck in this mindset a lot where I feel like nothing good's gonna happen to me. I'm gonna be stuck in the situation forever. Or I'm a dreamer, and I've always been a dreamer, so I have so many things in my mind that I would love to do, so many businesses that I would love to open, and I would love there's like so many different things in my mind. Like my mind is just always exploding with all these things I would love to do, but I get really stuck thinking of like, how would I ever accomplish these? And something else that I wrote down actually today from the podcast I was listening to, it says, we get stuck in the how and forget about the who. And that just like gave me chills, because like I said, I always get stuck thinking about, okay, this one goal, like I really want to open this business, but how would I even do that? Where do I start? How do I go about it? And all these things. And I just will kind of come to the conclusion, like, it's a good dream, but it's probably impossible. I forget that God is in control, and with God, like, anything is possible. Literally anything is possible. And I think just saying things like every single day, like I think just looking in the mirror every day and saying God will bring unimaginable opportunities to me, and just repeating that to yourself or writing it down like every day, I think is really helpful. And sometimes you just have to say something over and over and over again, and then you finally believe it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Then something that I also wrote down was that a lot of the time the enemy will try to change our thinking to think that we can't do something. And I recently was just with one of my friends, and she's been going through a lot lately. She has like a big change happening, and she just feels like she can't handle it. She's like, I'm not gonna be good enough. I'm not worthy of this. I don't deserve it. I'm never gonna be able to do this or that. And I told her, I'm like, every single thought that you're saying, everything that's coming out of your mouth are things that the devil has put into your mind that is making you feel that way. Like, God would never tell you that you're not worthy. God says you are worthy, you are deserving, you can handle it, you can do anything. And I think this is something, once you realize that all of your negative thoughts are not from God and they're absolutely fake, it will seriously change your mindset so much. Like, anytime you look in the mirror and think, I'm ugly, just know that that is not from God. It's literally like a rumor being spread in your own body, in your own mind, to try to make you feel that way. So one of the last things that I have written down here is that it's easy for God to give us what we want. He wants an internal change first. And this kind of goes back, I had talked about this before with something I was going through. One of my friends was like, maybe God is waiting for something for you. Like, maybe he wants you to change something inside of you or something that you do. And she was basically told me just to like write down a list of all the things that I should change internally, or things that I want to change about my lifestyle and stuff like that first, and accomplish all those things and then see where I am. And this just like really went along with it, because it is so true. Like, God wants us to have everything that we want in life. Like, if we want a boyfriend, he wants to give us a boyfriend. If we want a dog, he wants to give us a dog. If we want a house, if we want a baby, like anything we want, he wants to give it to us. And I think it gets really hard when we see people who, and I don't want to say people like don't deserve it, because God knows their path and he might think that like bringing them a boyfriend, a dog, a house, whatever it might be, it might like change their life and really make them like do a complete flip on their life and really just better themselves. What we forget is that everyone goes through some sort of struggle. So it might look like someone got something really easy, but they probably struggled either for something else, or maybe they struggled really hard to get there. Something I always love to do is go on Google and just like, I don't even know what you type in, but I guess just like search famous people who struggled to become famous or something like that. But like, there's a ton of different things. Like, Walt Disney got denied, I think it was like either like 70 times or like maybe 100 times. I don't know, some crazy number like that. People told him he was crazy. They told him he wasn't good at what he did. And I mean, now look at Disney World. Like, it's this huge thing, and it's all about just believing in yourself. And again, my word for the year is being persistent and not giving up, and just trusting in your gut and what God tells you. And sometimes it might be harder for us. Sometimes God might bring us through all these lessons before we get to that goal. But a lot of the times, those lessons, actually every time, those lessons are really teaching us something that is going to help us once we're at our goal. So that is it for my little devotional. But let me know, comment down below what your word of 2020 is, because I'm super interested to hear what all of your words are. Maybe give like a little explanation of it. Or if you don't have a word, maybe comment 3 goals for 2020. So I love you guys so much, and I'm really excited for this new year. I feel like I'm going to try to post a little bit more. We've just had such a crazy year with like so many transitions of like moving, flipping a house, buying a house, getting married, starting a new business with Connor. So I feel like my channel has kind of just been on the back burner. So one of my goals for 2020 is to really just try to kill it in the YouTube game. And I hate saying stuff like that. Like, I've never said anything like that in my life, but you guys know what I mean. I just really want to do my best with my channel and everything like that. Something else I really want to start in 2020 is maybe like at my church or somewhere. It's just like a girls ministry of some sort. I feel like that is something that's been on my heart to do for so long, but I've just never done it. And this new church that I'm at, they have like all these little small groups, and he said that if someone wants to start one, then just like go talk to him. So I've been thinking maybe about doing something like that, but I don't know. Anyway, I feel like I'm rambling now, so I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!